So I'll record my dream at the same time as I do sometimes on my little device here. So I went to bed last night asking Spirit, I said, first of all, if I have to be concerned about any home invasion type stuff, like my dreams had showed me 3 times within a week, and then that jabroni plumber, fake plumber, tried to come over here and case the place, happened. That was interesting, but I thought what they showed me in the dream was far worse than that. So I've been asking my guides, if I have more to worry about, please continue giving me those kinds of dreams. So I haven't really had any more of those kind of dreams yet. So today is November 23rd, 2020. I went to bed last night and I asked about the mountain in New Mexico. And I said, I hear there's a city underground or small metropolis or something deep underground, and there might be a UFO or is a UFO spaceship down there. It's been down there. Could you, not could you, may I see that? May I see those things? And so I got a dream last night, and it started off where I was outside with a friend of mine that I grew up with. I still talk to him. He lives, the same area. And we were out in the water. It was like waist, almost about chest deep almost. And there was this tiny little small sailboat that was kind of wrecked and bad shape. We were just kind of standing there pulling it along. And I got the sense, like at one point, like I was at a beach. But then the next thing I kind of realized is like, well, everywhere I go, the water's kind of chest deep. This is not normal. And we were going from like one little area where you can get up on land over here, wade through the water, get up on land over here. And I thought, are they showing me a flooding event again? But then the dream changed, and felt like I was at my house, wherever that was. It was not here. Felt like I was on higher ground, probably a different state from what I remember the scenery looking like a bit, and definitely not Florida. But I felt like I was at home. And I see this UFO, not in the typical saucer shape. It was kind of elongated, not like the, what do they call those? The cylindrical. It had more sharp edges, more rectangular features to it. Something that you wouldn't typically see when you think of a UFO. But it had like 2 or 3 layers to it where these elongated pieces come out. And I see this thing zipping around, and it's like daylight. But before that, what got my attention was I was like looking out my window, and I could kind of hear like a jet or something in the background, like a military jet or something. So I think I walked out to see. I'm like, oh yeah, I could see it way over there. And then it's kind of going this way, and it just makes a sharp left turn. And as it does that, I see like this big smoke cloud kind of thing come out from it. And like maybe they kicked on the afterburner, and I just knew, oh, that's an F-18. Even though it was far away, that's an F-18. It's the new F-18. And it turned and started booking towards me now. It's coming towards me. And I'm watching how fast this thing's going. I'm like, wow. Like that's, no jet normally goes that fast. Yet it still wasn't like a UFO fast. But I just thought, wow, is there any extra technology on that thing besides jet? I'm thinking to myself as it flew by, and it was screaming by, and it wasn't that high up. So I thought, man, that's really, I can hear it, but wow, it's not that loud either compared to what I would expect that close. And so it flies off. So now I'm out there looking around at this thing. I look over, and that's when I see the UFO. And I thought, well, maybe that's why the jet was scrambled or something. So it's there, and it's like flying around, like I could really see it's daylight. And I'm like, whoa, look at that thing. I'm like, where's my phone? I gotta capture video or photo. Please don't leave. I'm like trying to telecommunicate with it, telepathy. Come on, like don't leave. Let me. Can I just take a picture real quick? And so then it zips right by. Boom, it's over there now, and I'm like, oh shoot. Okay, but it's still in a good range. Okay, let me get my camera. I'm like following with the camera, video mode. No, all right, yeah. No, I want picture. I click on the pictures where you can scroll through your pictures that you already took. I'm like, no, damn it, no. I want to take a picture or video. Just give me anything. I'm like, Then it zips back where it was. Yet it's still close. I'm like, okay, I got it. So I like hold the phone up, got a picture. Okay, got a second picture. Let me see if I can get a video now. It was, and it was good picture. It was good quality, like really good. So I was like, yes. And all of a sudden, and like I'm trying, like when it went to the other way, I was telling it, no, please don't leave. In my mind, like talking to it, please don't leave, please, like please come back. May I take a picture of you, please? Let me just take a picture. Will you come over here? And then it zipped back, and I was like, okay, did it do that because I asked, or did it just was it doing So my friend who was with me in the boat scene, he's here, and I had this little tiny, like a Miata looking thing, this tiny ass car, 2-seater. And I'm thinking, we can't even fit in this thing, it's so small, but what the hell am I even doing with it? And I had the key in the ignition, it was sitting there in the driveway. And next thing I know, the UFO comes right to my driveway, essentially. I had kind of a big open area, easily for this thing to land in. And it was kind of large, by the way. And it lands right there. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I asked it. I'm like, will you come here? I was like talking to it. It came, landed right there. And then this being came out. Now, what I cannot remember, for the life of me, even when I first woke up, I could not remember, was that a human in there, or was it a E.T. looking different type of being? I don't know, but I wasn't scared, and it wasn't scared. I'm like, no, like it knows we're cool, like maybe come on board. And it was like, yeah. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'll tell my friend Sean, let's go, dude. The keys, get them out, let's go. And I'm pointing to the car. He's like poking around. No, the keys in the car, grab them. He's looking around. In the ignition, grab the keys. He's looking around. In the ignition, bozo, like Jesus. Finally, he grabs them. I'm like, dude, come on, dude, we're gonna have an opportunity to go on a UFO. You're over there fumbling around, can't find the stupid keys. They're in the effing ignition. How many times I gotta tell you? Like, get them. So he grabs them. All right, got the keys. We go on board this thing. And as I climbed up into it, it felt like there was a lot of furniture of like real plush, like soft. You sit in it and just kind of sink into stuff. Was kind of like up these little staircase. There was some over there. You go up to the next level. There was some up there. So we take off, and we're just like flying around like in this thing. The guy's controlling it. I don't remember ever seeing the cockpit. We were like in the little lounge area, if you will, just like enjoying the show. Like we're on a UFO right now. This is kind of cool, And then we saw 2 other UFO craft that were different, and we got the sense these are not good beings. These are malevolent beings. These are not good. And one of them, as soon as I got that feeling, I look back and I see it come out and like torch the craft, this other one, like torching some building or torching something. And I'm like, oh boy, yep, that's what's not good. So I tell the guy, whoever's flying this thing, about it. He goes, all right, stand by. He goes into like a little mini pod and flies over there, quickly subdues one of the entities, aliens, and then goes to go after the other one, but the other one kind of got him. Almost like they got each other, and he was trapped, and I'm like, okay, dude, we're sitting here floating in the sky. Who's gonna fly this thing? I think he's stuck. I think they captured him. Or like he's stuck. So he can't come back here. I don't know how to get back to him. And I wake up. Dream is over. The dream is over. You were with me all the while. So I'll stop that. That was my recording of my dreams. So I asked Spirit, may I see the city and or this UFO that is allegedly inside of this underground city that I may end up discovering one day, according to some psychic people I know, which would be amazing for me. I can just imagine. I'm over there looking for Spanish treasure, old treasure they left behind. And, keep going. Oh, what's that? Another tunnel. Go down there. Oh, wow, it looks like a city. Oh my God, there's some artifacts. Oh, holy shit, there's a UFO park down here. Been here for, 5,000 years. Could you imagine that? And I'm concerned about finding an old Spanish. Let me get some gold, some old treasure, 400-year-old treasure. Dude, that's childish compared to what else is in here. Keep going. Oh, okay. So, we'll see. Who knows? But I got the dream. I got a dream. And if I wasn't already getting dreams of epic proportions over the last several months after working with Woo Woo Dude, I would literally just brush this off as just a silly dream I had. I was thinking about UFOs that night and I had a dream about UFOs, so what? But I have asked Spirit, can we do a test tonight? I don't want to listen to the drumming music tonight. I just want to see if you can still connect to me without the drumming music. Could you tell me the price, or not the price, but could you tell me if Digibyte is going to go up or down tonight? If Digibyte and Theta are going to be up tomorrow in their price, could you show me like a green chart line? And if they're going to be down, could you show me a red chart line? And then I thought to myself, well, dummy, what if one's down and one's up? What if Theta's down and Digibyte's up? Oh. So I said, yeah, sorry about that. Never mind. Let's just do that for Digibyte only. Could you do that? Just for a test? I go to bed that night, and they show me a 2.7. Digibyte, I think, was 2.1 at the time. I think, right around there. And I'm thinking, and Theta was 24 at the time, 24 cents. Digibyte was 2.1 cents. And I'm thinking 27, 24, 25, 26, 27, only needs to go 3 cents. Maybe they gave me Theta. Because they didn't show me a chart line, they just showed me a freaking number. 27. So maybe they're showing me 27 cents. Because I'm like, if it was 2.7 cents for Digi, even though I kind of just asked for Digi at the end, I said, just show me Digi. That'd be a lot bigger of a gain, and it's probably not likely to happen tomorrow. So it's probably, maybe they would show me Theta. Well, later that next day, wasn't Theta, it was Digi. Although I think Theta might have ran up close to 27 actually when I think about it, but Digi ran up to 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.66 next day. That is effing close to 2.7. 2 or 3 days later, it went slightly past 2.7. Like 2.7 something. Whoa. That is when I realized, holy crap, I think I might have something going on here. I've used my pendulum a few times, which has done some good predictions, crypto. They also gave me a big price for Digibyte compared to where it's at right now, and has been. I've mentioned this a bunch of times. That has not happened yet. But that dream was so much more clear, so much more vivid, so much more real, I can't even begin to tell you. I remember it as if it had just happened last night. So perfectly clear. I'll say it just... What if Digibyte gets to this multiple level higher than it is now? What they showed me, and I don't know what chart was I looking at. The 2-hour chart time frame, the 4-hour, the daily. I don't know, but I typically don't look at daily charts like that. I'm usually looking at the 2-hour, 4-hour, the 15-minute, the 30-minute. That's usually what I look at. I just remember seeing this massive green candle going up so high, couldn't see the top, so I had to zoom out of the screen. It was still going up so high I couldn't see it. I had to zoom out again 3 times. 3rd time's the charm. There's the full thing. And then I saw the next candle where it was just, just up and down a little bit after it already hit the top. It was in that zone. So I'm making this number up. This is not real. Let's just say it was 10 cents. It's not that high, by the way, what I got. But let's just say it's 10 cents. I saw it go to 10, and then the next candle was drawn. And then the next one was drawn. There was at least 2, 3, 4 more candles. I want to say probably 3 or 4 more candles drawn. And they were not going up or down very much, So if it was a 15-minute chart, every 15 minutes, So in other words, I don't think this was the daily. Because that would mean another day went by, another day went by, another day went by for me to see that. I don't think so. This was probably an hourly or even lower than that. Maybe the 30-minute. I don't know. But that one massive candle went up, and then it just... So in other words, when it hits the top, it's going to bounce around there for a little while. You'll have some time to easily cash out if you want to. And at this point in time, I assumed when I got the dream, that's your sell price. Get out that then because it's going to come down a little bit. But I don't know that I'll sell just yet until I get a little more guidance because it's too much of a period of time has gone by. It still hasn't happened yet. This is now 2.5 months ago. I don't even know now how long ago I got this. Maybe 2.5 months ago. And then I got some of these other dreams. Again, I had a freaking home invasion dream 3 times in 1 week period. Slightly different, but the same exact thing. Armed robbery inside my house. And then I have an effing jabroni-ass meth head. The police told me about him. Meth head got arrested a month ago for meth. Pretending to be a plumber. Coming down my driveway, which has a sign, Riff-raff, stay out, no trespassing. Knocks on the door. Did someone call a plumber? I'm here for a plumbing job. Our friend who was here lets him in, thinking I must have called him. I didn't call him. Daddy, the plumber's here. My daughter says, there's no what plumber? But I didn't call no plumber. He said there's something. Oh, maybe I got the wrong house. I could have got the wrong house. Maybe I got the wrong address. What address do you have? He told me. That's my address. Oh, well, what if they just gave it to me wrong? Yeah, if you didn't call a plumber, my whole body was telling me something is major, major, major wrong. Because the bottom line is, honestly, you could have easily went to the next house over. Made a mistake. But everything said, no, something's wrong. So, he's driving a pickup truck, no kind of plumbing, nothing on it. Has no tools on him or in the truck whatsoever, except for 2 tiny little hand tools, from what the cops told me. And he tried to escape. His truck broke down at the end of the street. He couldn't leave. Spirit busted his ass. And I have, in one part of my house, in the back, the screened-in area, I have these little motion lights. And they typically come on when there's motion. And there's some other features that happen, but I'll leave those alone. Bottom line is, one of the things they do, motion light comes on. But you cannot program these particular lights to stay on. Like, okay, when it's nighttime, when it's nighttime, they kick on, and then they only actually turn on the light when there's motion, and then some other stuff. But there's no setting that, okay, when it's nighttime, just let the light stay on all the time. There's no setting for that at all. Right after this riffraff came to my house, those lights, 2 of them, have been staying on all night long with no motion whatsoever, as if they're just steady on when the nighttime is here. To light up my property back there. How do you explain that? Spirit. Spirit in the sky. Oh, pick me up. Take care.